What's up? I'm Madden, and today we'll be doing the 10-hour service on our Yamaha F25 4-stroke outboard engine. And also be sure to hit that subscribe and like button so we can make more content that'll help your boat and fishing needs. First up on the 10-hour service list is changing the engine oil. We got all our Yamaha products from our local Yamaha dealer, Troy Marine. So now we have the cowling off the engine. First thing you want to do is loosen this up. This is where the oil goes. If you loosen it up, it'll release the pressure, so the old oil will come out. So the second thing you want to do is get someone else to help you, someone else to hold this bucket while you loosen this.
Once you break it free, you should be able to put your hand in there, Madden, and remove that socket, and it should loosen by hand. If you take the ratchet out, pull that out, and I'll just use your fingers. You should be able to turn it now that it's loosed. Yep. And this oil is probably not hot, so just make sure you're very careful when it starts coming out, but try to grab that bolt and remove it out of there and get your hand out of the way. But it's okay if you drop it, we can always get it later. Perfect, we'll get it later. So now you just want to sit here with your bucket and let that drain until all the old oil is out of your system. You can kind of let this rest here for a good 10 to 15 minutes. You're not going to let it sit too long. You just want to make sure all that old oil is out of your reservoir.
So while you're letting that oil drain, you're going to remove your old oil filter. So first you're going to put a rag under there so any oil that drops down doesn't get on any of the parts, it only gets on the rag. So now we're going to remove it right now. Okay, it's coming. Okay, so now I've got it off. I'll just set that down. So now you're gonna wanna grab your new oil filter. So now you're gonna grab a little bit of oil and put it around your new filter. So it gets a little, so it stays stable. And now I'm gonna put it.
It's also to lube it up so that way next time that you take it off, it's a little easier to come off.
Okay.
Yep, so you want to thread that thread right there. You got it, perfect. And you want to take this hand tight and then just a little more. You don't want to kill it. You really can't mess these up unless it's too loose. Then it'll leak, but you'll notice that.
Yeah.
So once you get the hand tight, just kind of give it a little more, and then she's pretty much good to go. She's not going to have any issues. And yep, that sums that up.
So now we're gonna pour the oil into the engine. It holds just over 2 quarts. We're gonna pour those 2 quarts in and look at the dipstick. So now we're gonna undo it. There we go. So keep that there. So you're gonna need that, obviously. That right there. Now unscrew here. So you're gonna just keep pouring and pouring until it has enough in there.
You could probably dump the rest of that in.
Okay.
Yep.
And now you just sit and wait for it to drain in there. Now we're gonna pour the second one in there. And now we're just gonna let it keep sitting. There we go. Got that. Now we're gonna put this back in there. We got the cowling on and we've tilted the motor up. Now we're gonna drain the lower unit oil. So we're gonna loosen this up and then take that off and then take that off.
So you want to start by breaking that one loose.
Okay.
Then once that's loose, you want to go to this bottom one and you want to take it all the way out, but you want to try to not let that screw drop if you can help it, but also don't want to get your hands on oil, so just unscrew it and I'll grab it. Go ahead, use 2 hands to unscrew it.
Okay.
Keep going.
Keep unscrewing that.
Unscrew that, yep.
Keeps taking me off center.
You're good. It might be good enough now to, yep,
Yeah.
do it by hand.
It's coming off.
Now this should, watch out, you're good, I got it. So now this should drain.
Yeah. Should drain
Hopefully it hits our bucket. If not, move the bucket. Oh, move the bucket so it's on it. There you go.
Okay. There we go, got it.
Scoot the bucket forward a little bit. Hold this, you don't want to lose this. And now take this top one out and it'll drain
Where do I put this?
better. I'll hold it.
There. Okay, so
Now if you take this top one out,
yeah.
now
This-
all that oil should come out.
What is this gonna fall into there?
Nope, go ahead.
Keep it going. Should be able to do it by hand now.
And now as soon as you got that going, see it starts really flowing under there. So we'll let that flow out and drain for about 10 minutes. And we'll probably tilt it back down to make sure that we get all of that lube out of there, and we'll be back.
So now that the gear lube has stopped draining, we're gonna replace it with new gear lube. So you're gonna need this gear lube, Yamaha lube.
As well as this attachment that you can get from your Yamaha dealer. We've already screwed that into the hole. It's kind of a pain to do on camera, but we tilted it up and screwed it in there. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, but it's kind of at an angle, so it's tough to do with the camera and whatnot, but she's in there. So now Madden's gonna pump it until we see Yamaha lube coming out the top. So go ahead and pump it. So we gave it some extra pumps before we cut the camera on, but now she's pretty much filled up. So now what we're gonna do
Is we're gonna screw these new.
You're gonna screw the top one back in
Where's the top one?
first.
Bottom?
Yep, put it right there, and that'll seal it up. And make sure you put those new washers that are provided with your kit. You don't want to use the old washers because then it could leak and you could get water in your lower unit, which you do not want. Yep, so go ahead and screw that all the way, Madden.
Okay. Got it tight.
And now that she's good and tight, you can also get like a wrench on there and just go a little more, which I'll do. Madden, if you want to grab the wrench out of the boat, I'll do that, the little small one. Yep, perfect. Come over here and I'll show you how to do it. So this is a good trick for breaking it loose too, but so put that around the screwdriver right there on the square, right here. Yep.
Right there.
Yep, get it all, put it down a little bit so it wraps around there. Or you can do it that way. There you go. And now push it forward. Hang on one second. I gotta make sure I got a good grip. All right, go ahead, try. And there you go, good, perfect. So that tightened it just enough to where it's a nice seal with that new washer. And like I said, that's a good trick to also break it loose that way as well. So Madden, come here, I'm gonna have you hold the camera. And I'm just gonna lift it up to make it easy to put that bottom screw in. Oop, not gonna do it without the lock. So this just makes it easier to access. So Madden, you can get your screwdriver and your new,
Where's the screwdriver go?
right there.
There.
Grab that.
Okay,
and your new washer and screw, and then we can unscrew this, but you have to be really careful. Here, actually, let me do this part, because this has got to be quick, or else we'll lose all our gear lube. So come over here and hold the camera. So you want to get this ready, because this is going to come out quick. And you'll lose a little, but it's not that big of a deal. That suction up top should hold the majority of it in there. See how only a little bit came out?
Yeah.
And it's a little bit of an angle. I think I got it. Yep, so you want to screw that tight. And again, we can use our little wrench trick. Just tighten that up just a bit. Now she's good to go.
So last thing you have to do is change out your fuel water separator. I'm going to take this one off and put the new one on. Here we go. It's coming out.
And that one, you just want to make sure she's nice and snug.
Okay, there we go. That concludes the 10-hour service. The last thing we need to do is see how she runs. As you can see, after the 10-hour service, she's purring like a kitten. Please like and subscribe for more content. I'm Madden, signing off for now.